Welcome back to Common Ground. I'm Adrienne Bankert. Now, Sacramento is home to a growing number of filmmakers. Some of their best work was featured in the recent Sacramento Music and Film Festival. Among the offerings, The Killing of Mary Surratt, which dramatizes the real-life story of a woman who was hanged for her role in the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. The assassination of our country's 16th president is well documented.
Now everybody knows about John Wilkes Booth.
But it was a book on the curious list of his co-conspirators that caught the eye of Sacramento filmmakers Chris and Heather King.
But this one was on the conspirators that were hanged afterwards, and I'm like, wow, I thought I knew a thing or two about the Lincoln assassination.
That is what really intrigues me about the story. I think this was the woman, she was a mom like I am, she worked just like I do. You know, that could be me.
Mary Surratt was the first woman sentenced to death by the federal government for her role in the Lincoln assassination.
And I saw a picture of one of the hoods that they wore in prison during their trial. And that hood had an open mouth to it, kind of like you put the hoods on like a hawk. And I just thought, how fantastically visual and haunting to not be able to see the eyes of a prisoner before they're hanged.
The hood served as inspiration, but it would take a lot of help to get the film done.
I knew we were going to get ourselves into some potential deep water because it's such a huge subject matter.
The Kings put out the call. They got so much support from people across Sacramento and beyond, the couple lost count.
We never counted. We never counted because from the 2nd California Cavalry to the 72nd New York Volunteer Infantry to the Old Sacramento Living History Organization in Old Town Sac with all of their reenactors. We put out the call and boy, they responded.
We provided the costumes working with local people, or even eBay getting dresses for our daughters that were in the film. And so we did some of that, but all the folks that came in, all the reenactors, both military and civilian, brought their costumes.
State parks also stepped up. Old Sacramento provided the historic setting for the period piece.
Everybody's local, so there's a wealth of resources here.
Surratt's story was originally supposed to be just a 30-second trailer, but when the actors, setting, and talent fell into place, the Kings knew they had to turn the project into a short film. The Kings are still cleaning up some details on the short to submit to other film festivals, and they have plans to turn Mary Surratt's life into a television documentary.
We'll be working on Mary Surratt for the next year and a half, 2 years probably.
We should mention our own Chris King. He works in KCRA 3's promotion department.